Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. I absolutely loved everything I saw from Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman on the April 28th edition of Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins feels like he's exactly where he needs to be. His aura was off the charts. His confidence was off the charts, and it's been off the charts since the build-up for the triple threat match they had at WrestleMania. His promos have been impeccable since the start of that feud, all the way up to that match, where that match was absolutely incredible. Don't forget that triple threat match was one of the best matches, if not the best triple threat match we've ever seen in the history of the company. And now he's formed this group, this team, this alliance with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker, and we saw the dynamics of it last night on the April 28th edition of Monday Night Raw, where Seth Rollins is the boss. He's in his aura. He's wearing these funky clothes like he has been, but now it sort of makes sense because he's directing around a boss with the throat slash and the telling him what to do and grabbing him by the face. And then Braun Breaker is running around like the absolute unhinged badass monster that he is. It's a perfect sort of setup. Now, adding one or two more members could be very helpful, could be beneficial, but I have no issue if it stays the three of them just doing the thing they're doing, which Seth Rollins claims is saving wrestling, being the future of the WWE, moving the WWE into the next chapter of its existence, and Seth Rollins leading the way. Like I've said before, Seth Rollins has always got pushes. He's always been part of the main event mix. Obviously, he has two of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time. One where he cashed in Money in the Bank, and one where he won the triple threat match. He's won a bunch of world titles, been in every Mania that he's been able to go. The ones that he can't, he's been injured, right? But now he's getting the push, like actually the push. And so he will be at the helm. And so then we see Sami Zayn interject into this thing, and Sami Zayn is just the best. He's a fantastic, honest, authentic babyface, and it's one of the hardest things to do in professional wrestling is for people to actually like you and care about you, and people actually like and care about Sami Zayn. At least I do deeply, and we saw that last night. Could this potentially be, because Sami Zayn's got to win the big one, just like Jey Uso won the big one, right? Maybe we can get the fans really behind Sami. They're behind him. We love Sami Zayn, but maybe we can get that bigger thing going for him. And so maybe this is a long-term booking strategy so we can see Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn for the world title at WrestleMania 42, where Sami Zayn finally wins the big one. I mean, we've seen Sami Zayn take down Gunther's reign of Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, didn't participate in this year's WrestleMania. We saw Jey Uso win the big one against Gunther, so maybe this is the long-term vision for WrestleMania 42, where we finally see Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn for the world title, where Sami Zayn gets the big one. I would absolutely love it. I love the trajectory of where this is going with the group of Rollins and Breaker and Heyman, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm also excited to see this Gunther versus Pat McAfee thing. I don't really get it because Pat McAfee has had a few matches. He's a great athlete, played in the NFL. He's had a couple matches in NXT, I believe. I think he had one versus Adam Cole, did some stuff with Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's never fucking been in the ring with someone like Gunther. Yes, I understand that he attacked your boy Michael Cole. Yes, I understand he choked you out from behind and you're a man and you got to stand up for yourself. I absolutely appreciate and love that. I think the promo and sort of the speech that Pat McAfee gave on Raw, standing on top of the announce table, was passionate, was powerful, was honest, was real. I get it. I understand where he's coming from. But this is Gunther, an unhinged, crashed out Gunther who just lost his title at WrestleMania 41 and is not a happy camper. And so you're going to have this sanctioned match at Backlash versus Gunther and McAfee, and I don't really think it should be a match. Gunther should just eat Pat McAfee. It shouldn't be like a contest or like Pat McAfee might win or maybe he gets a couple strikes, maybe he gets a couple moves. We know that Pat McAfee's really athletic, so maybe he gets some of that stuff. We saw that versus Adam Cole when they wrestled in NXT, but the difference between Adam Cole and NXT is huge. Adam Cole's a professional wrestler. He's a professional wrestler. Gunther is a destroyer. He's a destroyer. There's a difference between how these guys are booked and billed and used, and there's also a difference in how they wrestle and their style and the way they come at people. Gunther is trying to chop you. He's trying to cave your chest in. He's trying to choke you out. He's trying to German you into the next world. Pat McAfee's not. I don't know if he's ready for that decision, but I don't know where this is leading and how it makes sense. And maybe Pat McAfee's going to take on a more bigger actual wrestling role, or maybe this is one to just allow Gunther to get back on his feet, to absolutely destroy Gunther, and then back rolling to where he needs to be. Maybe then he goes and challenges Jey Uso, or maybe, whatever. Maybe he's joining freaking Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman as part of that alliance. Who knows what's going to happen? But I am interested to see how they do this match at Backlash, because it's just not a regular match. It's Gunther, crashed out, unhinged, versus a sort of pro wrestler, but mostly behind the mic commentator Pat McAfee. And I'm interested to see, where it potentially goes. And we're building, a ton of big matches at Backlash. The biggest one being John Cena versus Randy Orton. One more time, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Like, this is going to be the last time, especially for a championship, that we see Randy Orton and John Cena. Now, they keep saying one more time, but what if there's a bunch of shenanigans that happen in this match? Is Randy Orton just going to lay over and not want to challenge for the title again? Are we going to see Cody Rhodes back at Backlash? I mean, I don't know if this is actually the last time, but it's billed that way. Randy Orton's hometown, St. Louis Backlash, John Cena's last Backlash ever. He's the champion 17 world times, 17-time world champ. Randy Orton, 14-time world champ. I mean, it's a huge, huge match going in to Backlash. And there's a ton of big matches at Backlash. It's always a very exciting pay-per-view. It's a great name, off the heels of WrestleMania 41. And so I'm looking forward to all that. Apparently, we're going to see Gunther and McAfee. We're going to see Lyra and Becky. It looks like potentially we might get a Logan Paul versus Jey Uso match. And I bet the internet wrestling community is going to absolutely hate that. Talking to my boy Tanner, he's not super fired up about it, but I get his point. He really wants Jey Uso to have a really good first contender, first challenger, because that sets the tone and the pace for the whole entire run as champion. And so I really understand my boy Tanner's point at that point, but I think Logan Paul could be that guy. He's deeply hated. He's very athletic. He can have a decent match with Jey Uso, and it just allows Jey Uso to beat him, because he's definitely going to beat him at Backlash. There's not a chance in hell that Logan Paul wins a world title this early in his career right now. He can't carry the company like that. He can't have these matches on a consistent basis. He needs a lot of planning before his matches. That's why he has them once every 4 weeks at a big pay-per-view, so he can plan and plan and plan. He can't really improv in the ring right now. His skills aren't there yet, and they could be. But he's good. He's decent on the mic. He's hated, right? He has a lot of clout. He has a lot of fan base. He brings a lot of aura with him. And so I think this is a decent first challenger, especially if Jey Uso dominates him, beats him, retains after his first challenge, as the world champion, and then moves on. And then I think that does set the tone and set the pace for him as champion. People will be even more fired up that he beat Jey Uso, or that he beat Logan Paul, moved him to the side. Now he can move on to the next challenger, whatever that might be. So I do think it's a decent first challenger, especially if the match is booked the way it should, where Jey Uso, beats Logan Paul, beats him clean right in the middle of the ring, sets the tone for his reign, and then moves forward to potentially a next challenger. So Backlash is going to be awesome. Getting ready for that in a couple weeks. I thought the April 28th edition of Monday Night Raw was very good. I enjoyed it. I watched a little bit on on my iPad, and then my wife went to bed, and I was able to actually watch it on my TV. It was a great time. You probably didn't need to know that, but there's a little, personal note from me and my life. But I enjoyed it. Looking forward to SmackDown. Looking forward to Backlash. All the stuff. So come back to this channel to hear all of my reactions to all of those things, and comment down below what you're looking forward to, what you agree with, disagree with, what you want to see, most excited for Backlash, all that good stuff. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with every professional wrestling fan you know, and just smacked my mic, so maybe you heard that, maybe you didn't. Anyways, this whole last part has been hilarious, but thanks for growing this community and this channel with me together. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.